Hello and welcome back to another video, guys. In this video we've got this Nissan Qashqai 2018 or 17 it is, 1.5 diesel, and we've got the lovely Christmas warning on, in other words. So we've got the car in limp mode. Obviously it's 1.5 diesel, but if you've only got this one on, then you may not be in limp mode. But if you've got the red one on as well, that means you're in limp mode. And we've got the AdBlue warning as well. We've got a mileage lock on there, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So let's just turn it on, but I will show you. Let me just pull forward a touch. There you are, AdBlue warning low range. We'll top that up anyway, get that out of the way. We'll reset this anyways. Within the diagnostic, so I'm using the launch, okay, and we've got these fault codes. P2002, which is the flow of the DPF, diesel particulate filter. It's trying to say, in other words, it's heavily clogged up. The flow of the air within the DPF system is not good. Okay, fair enough. We've got these other ones, temperature downstream, etc, etc. We're not going to really dig into all of them. We're going to start by doing a full scan and clear, which is not going to work obviously, but I'm just going to show you all. So we'll do a clear DTC. This is just to show you that a full scan and clear will not work. This is like a guidance advice, in other words, okay? But I will show you in a second through the service option. There's a service, and we will go through it, and I'll show you step by step on how we can reset it and take the car out of limp mode. And when we've taken it out of limp mode, we will then go for a thorough drive. You can do a standstill regen, which I don't recommend, but if you want to, you can do it. It's not end of the world. I mean, it's normal. Even manufacturer will do this, but we do recommend that you do an oil and oil filter change after that. So as you can see, it says nothing, and if we turn the car on, there may be nothing other than the AdBlue sign, but this is not guaranteed. This is just fooling yourself, in other words, okay? So we'll turn the ignition on. Let's say yours is permanent and it's not switching off. What we would say, let's see if it does give us the option through this way. If it does, then I can show you that way. So wake support, I don't think it's in there neither. We've got the option here. If not, I will there will have been another section which I'll show you if I do get time later on. So we will move down and we'll come into adaptation after DPF replacement, confirm, okay, and then it'll just read it, and we'll hit start. Now it's going to read it. Once done, it will say, in other words, confirmed or done. But make sure you've got the ignition on. Look, there we are, done. So move back. There's other things we can reset as well. So we can reset the EGR. So I'm doing a standstill regen, just with the rush hour and whatnot. But like I said, recommendation would be to do a drive, as it's more better because you get better air. And the AdBlue warning as well, we will reset after we've done the DPF regen as well. There was quite a lot of blue smoke earlier, but can't see anything now. But I can smell a lot of fumes anyway. So we're at progress full, still ongoing. Just make sure you keep an eye on the engine temperature, guys, and then hopefully it should be good. If we get any fault codes that have come back as permanent, then that means that the sensor is faulty. So if we get one of the exhaust temperature sensors as positive, then that really tells us that the sensor is faulty. Other than the exhaust pressure sensor, that one usually comes back as positive, no matter how much you try and reset it. After a while it'll just come back. That's because it's detecting that there is a lot of, you know, soot and whatnot within the exhaust. The airflow is not the best, so it's going to detect it. However, in this case, if it comes back as positive the minute you clear it, even though you've reset the sensors, the DPF sensor and said that it's had a new DPF, then that means the sensor is faulty. But we'll get onto that at a later stage, but let's do this for now. So the DPF regen is still ongoing. Okay. Right, we're nearly there, guys, with the regen. So we're at 90%. It's took about good best part of 30 minutes. So guys, we're at the cooling phase here. As you can see, it's gone from DPF regen, like regeneration phase, regeneration mode, to cooling phase. So in other words, it's going to start cooling things down, and the exhaust temperature sensors will also get to a certain degree where it will become normal, and then we'll look at the soot content and hopefully reset it, and that should take us out of limp mode completely, which it has already anyway. But this is the way to go about it, guys. This is the way to kind of get the limp mode out of the way completely, maybe for a month, 2, 6 months, a year, but this is the way to do it. Like so everything's done, guys. Everything's spot on, runs like a dream. But remember, the 1.5 diesels are absolute useless engines. I don't know why they recommend it. It's in BM's makes and whatnot. In your case, look, if you are having permanent fault codes and the sensor's still permanent and you can't delete the fault code, then remember, it's to do with the sensor that's faulty and not the engine and whatnot. So replace the sensor that it's telling you to, and that should hopefully cure it. But in our game, in this case, in this instance, obviously the DPF soot content was, and the pressure was quite a lot high. There was a lot in there. We've done the regen, as you saw. Well, the plan was to do a drive, but in this case we couldn't. It's just a show. I'm not going to risk it. And reality is, done it perfect, all good. All I would recommend is doing an oil and oil filter change, and that's it really, guys. If you've got this sort of machine, happy days. If not, find someone who's got the this type of machine, guys.